Hello everyone, my name is Mr.436, back with another playthrough here. I know we have to beat Zelda. This is something that's probably gonna take really quick, and originally was gonna just be streamed on my other channels and then put up on YouTube. But it is 7:16 a.m. And I have needed to just play this right now. Like I don't want to wait till later today to stream it. For those who don't know, Alan Wake 2, my favorite game of 2023, by a landslide. I loved this game. I streamed it. You can watch. I played it twice on stream. I played it New Game Plus and then just the campaign the first time. They just dropped the Lake House DLC, which is the second of two DLCs that they're going to release for the game. This one connects heavily into Control, which is a game made by Remedy that's in the Alan Wake universe, and I cannot. I'm not kidding. I woke up at 5 and I was just was tempted to just play it at 5. I was like, no, I need to get actual sleep. So I'm still in like my pajamas and literally just woke up, but I need to play DLC. So we're gonna play here on YouTube, and then figure out what I'm gonna do on stream elsewhere. But I need to play this game, so let's get right into the lake house. I'm so excited. There it is. I I I cannot wait. It looks like they're going heavily into pure like horror this time. So, and you play as Agent Estevez. So, oh dude, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I
This
love
isn't the
you, Alan
Bureau's
Wake.
first time in Bright Falls. 1970s, 6, 8. Last one was in 2010. It's not exactly clockwork, but this town sees way more altered world events than most. We knew it was just a matter of time before the lake acted up again. After the AWE in 2010, the FBC's research department set up a facility, the Lake House, to study the threshold in Cauldron Lake, find better ways to contain the entity inside. Your tax dollars at work. When we detected a spike in paranatural activity at Cauldron Lake, before I even knew you were on this case, Saga, the Lake House was my first stop. I was short-handed, hoped they could spare some help, maybe give us some intel on the situation. If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there, Saga, I'd have just kept on driving.
Interesting. So she's talking as if she already has experienced it.
This is Agent Kieran Estevez responding to an AWE alert in the vicinity. I need to speak with the Marmons.
So my theory is that this is when
So much for the welcome wagon.
she's in the police department at the end of the second game, talking to Saga
You all
before
set
she
up the
goes
perimeter. We're on the threshold's doorstep, so
for
keep
the
your eyes peeled.
Yes, ma'am.
Dark Ocean summoning. Which would mean this doesn't connect as directly to Control as I think. An addendum. Like how.
Agent Kieran Estevez requesting entry. I don't have time for this.
So from what they've showed
This
online,
shouldn't take long, okay? You see anything? Radio me.
Roger that.
in this town. From what I've seen online, from what I've seen online, heavy into the horror. There's
The
a
lake
really
house
creepy
was
looking
run by
monster.
The research department. Research and investigations don't really see eye to eye. What they call science, I call a violation of Bureau protocol and human decency. Classic interdepartmental drama. Your FBI saga, you know how it goes. Now, in retrospect, my low opinion of the research department may have clouded my judgment.
Interesting. So she is talking directly to Saga. You guys are about to see me nerd out for the next like hour. I don't know if there's like collectibles or anything, but it's a pretty tight experience. Camera. Oh, that really matters.
Hello? Agent Kieran Estevez, Investigations Department. No one wants to check the individual carrying a firearm into a restricted government facility? No? Okay, well, it was definitely going in the report. It's locked.
Thing. Yeah, so I've played Control. That one I didn't stream. This daily. I didn't love Control. I like it. I love Remedy. And honestly, anything Remedy makes, I love. But I at least like. But after I'm like 2 man, I'm really excited to see what they do with it. Lake House Daily. Good news, HQ still dark. Pie was good. More pie for the rest of us. We have coffee. Deerfest this week. Oh, Deerfest. Bad news, HQ still dark. Nut allergy bad. No Alma beer. It's good. Tried it. The artist is L. Can I legible? Oh, okay. I see. Right there. Someone stole the black whiteboard marker. All vacation time canceled.
Dr. Marmont's not here.
Is Dr. Marmon, is that Alan Wake's voice actor?
I'll have to check downstairs. Changing passwords, huh?
Update to computer password, reset policy, effective September 13th. All computer passwords must be reset daily to address security concerns. We are aware this may be an inconvenient change and lead to difficulty remembering your password. We recommend using a permanent set of digits as the beginning of the password followed by numbers that change daily. Not using significant personal dates, coordinates, etc. Do not use birthdays, the current date, phone numbers, etc. Please also remember that for the time being, passwords are not to exceed 6 digits. Thank you for your complaints.
I'll need to head down.
The most famous for acting, Hedy Lamarr also invented it in her free time. She patented a frequency hopping device for torpedo guidance systems. 38. Okay, so 38. Jules Marmont. Highest one, I forget what it is called. My old card went missing. Indicate here if your card is stolen. How would you know if it is stolen or is lost? Why do you not put microchips inside to follow them if you are so concerned with this? I'm the head of research and I expect a new card on my desk by the end of the workday. Through extensive testing, the subject has been confirmed to possess an intrinsic paranatural ability that manifests exclusively during the act of painting. The paintings feature scenes or events he would have no knowledge of, even sometimes painting an event before it occurs. Excuse me. This effect has been proven multiple times and has an estimated 40 to 100% success rate. Note the lack of precision in this range is due to the team's inability to prove that a painting's content will not be realized at some point in the eventual future. Researchers asked to reiterate their hesitance to publish any concrete statements surrounding the subject and its ability at this time. As the nature of the paintings and their paranatural effect have been exceptionally difficult to measure and quantify. The subject is suspended to be a Class 2 para-utilitarian, though additional testing will be required to confirm this. At this time, his ability is not believed to be a direct threat to himself or others and can be controlled. The nature of his ability is to show current or future events via the art he creates, but the extent of this forecasting cannot be determined by researchers at any high level of precision. There's my Ring doorbell. Unlike the art created by Alan Wake, there is no evidence the subject's art is directly manipulating reality via the shadow's energy. At Alan Wake. 30. So would it be 01438? Be 091428 or 38.
Nope.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, okay, night. September 13th, 091338.
Damn it.
38091.
Come on.
380.
That's not right.
I reckon using a permanent set of digits as the beginning of the password followed by numbers that change daily.
Come on.
Oops. Oh no.
Nope.
Hmm. On the recommendation of the faculty and by the virtue of the authority vested in them, the trustees of Barrows University have heard on Jules Francois. But not Francois, but the degree of Doctor of Applied Science and is entitled to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Liam Devereux, Chairman of the Board. Exceptional Contribution Certificate, FBC. Casper Darling, that's the Alan Wake voice actor. Oh, July 18th. Head of Research, Cauldron Lake. July 18th. My new fellow head of the press. Is it July 18th, right? July 18th. That's how you use a
An
flashlight.
experiment. That bodes well.
January, February, March, April, May, June. Okay, that's 7. Alright, that's right. So 380714.
Right.
07143. It's July 14th, right? July 18th. I'm so bad. 18th. Boom. Please remember to lock your computer before leaving your station for any amount of time. Changing your password daily does not improve our facility's security if you leave your computer open. Thank you, Brian Lopez IT. Dr. Marmont. Project Arbitus has officially requested we return the pages. We aren't using them for any work on Project Romanus, and they are shared research materials, so can I release them back to Arbitus? Sincerely, Dr. Perry Levine, Senior Researcher. So does next Wednesday work? Fuck yourself, Jules. Nice. I apologize for the difficulty my wife is presenting, Harry. I believe she is suggesting that I would take her project's budget, an unfair and preposterous accusation. Though I am confident you understand that. I would be happy to meet and discuss the annual budget. It is, of course, the head of research's job to oversee such work. Maybe Diana is no longer up to the task. Sincerely, Dr. Jules Marmont, co-head of research. I am too busy to attend meetings. Just use the budget from last year, but make sure to specify that a specific percentage of the research budget is to go towards Project Arbitus, so certain individuals won't be tempted to slow down their competition by stealing resources. Good morning. A friendly reminder that proposed annual budgets need to be sent out by the end of this month. Every station is being asked to give a thorough breakdown this year in an effort to find areas where spending can be reduced. Should I book a time for us to speak about this and make a plan? All the best, Harry Kingston. Yay.
That's handy.
Oh. Lake House. Oh, it's probably this door back here, right?
As I'm sure you know, I am Dr. Jules Marmont, and this is my wife.
I love the live stuff.
And together we are the heads of research at this facility.
Let's go.
We want to thank you all for helping us break new ground in our study of Cauldron Lake.
That's right, Jules. But don't let our exciting work in threshold regulation and
She's definitely not using a teleprompter. She's a born natural. She is so good.
Diana, we run a tight ship here at the lake house. So, always remember the 3 S's. Safety, security, and censorship.
It's a C. It's a C.
Why, that is the joke, Diana.
Well, it's a stupid, wonderful joke, Jules. We'll see you down there.
Yeah, that seems healthy.
Fucking love this game.
This should come in handy.
That. Alrighty. I'm really scared to see how freaky they're gonna get, dude. The trailer made it look really scary. Not really, because obviously any game where you can defend yourself, like in Alan Wake, some of the horror elements are lost, but
As soon as I got in that elevator, my bad news detector started going nuts. Estivesta team, something's going on in the lake house. I want all nearby agents to push.
was that? What's his name?
Agent Estevez,
No.
what's your status?
Breach detected on sublevel 5. Staff should seek shelter immediately.
We have a situation in the lake house. All agents converge on the facility now.
Okay.
Belay that order. Where's the fucking elevator?
Mr. Scratch is up to no good.
Priority 1, get the lights on. Standing around in the dark near Cauldron Lake, not smart? What the fuck was that?
I forgot. Mr. Scratch is gonna be fucking shit up because this is for the events first game, or during the events of the first game. And my theory right now is that the painting person is at play here because all these walls look like they're deeply affected by like some sort of painting. Really freaky. Claire? Oh, ew, do that noise.
This is not a regulation FBC weapon. Jules' keycard.
Unfortunately, Jules' keycard went missing last night. Huge shame. On a totally unrelated note, I now have a level 3 clearance card in my office, plus a lot of black rock. Been grinding the black rock down to a powder and stashing around in case any gets confiscated. Next steps: weapon tests using black rock powder. Excuse me. If successful, maybe send schematics to offsite teams. Could lead to a transfer out of this shithole. Need to think up more applications for black rock now that I have some. There was a researcher at the... Excuse me, Jesus. OH. We had tons of ideas like this. Wish I could remember their name.
Wish they'd make these things lighter.
Where am I bringing this?
The way I saw it, there was only one way out. Identify the source of the event and contain or eliminate it. Now, good news, I just had to keep going down. Bad news, the elevator liked to disappear. Turn the receiver on. At least the elevator's back.
The elevator just completely reappeared out of thin air. Something behind that.
Can't open it from the side.
Really strange. Need clearance too. But I... This is like some PT shit. I go down a level, but I don't actually go down a level. I'm gonna be back on this floor. To celebrate the arrival of fall, I have brought a variety of seasonal pies from that local diner you all seem to love so much. The members of Project Ramnus can come and enjoy them in the lobby near my office. All other staff should visit the other Dr. Marmont's office to see if she brought pie. Also, despite the ridiculous dramatics of last year, I have purchased the delicious pecan-filled pies. Happy fall, Dr. Jules Marmont. A gentle reminder that nut allergies are a serious health issue, and making light of them is not appropriate work behavior for anyone of any seniority level. Bringing nuts to the office is a health risk and should be avoided for everyone's safety. Thank you, Harry Kingston. Harry, do not release any of those pages. Tell Diana and those fools on Project Arbitus that we misplaced them. An unfortunate filing accident. Tell them we are confident the pages will resurface in 2 or 3 weeks, but we are too busy making progress to look for them right now. Be sure you say that we are making progress just as I wrote it above. Regards, Dr. Jules Marmont. Missing black rock. Attention all staff, there's a significant amount of black rock missing from sub-level 5. I expect there is a misunderstanding and someone has taken it to another floor by mistake. If you did this, respond to the message and we will fix the problem. Black rock is a precious material. We only have so much of it now, with the oldest house being closed. The Lake House continues to make progress towards its goal. Various avenues of research are being pursued. Recently, one such avenue has yielded unexpected results. The research into nursery rhymes, directed by Dr. and Dr. Marmont, led by Dr. Campbell. As an art form, has shown viability in its ability to connect with the Cauldron Lake threshold. As a result, the nursery rhyme findings will now be carried forward by the co-heads of research and incorporated into ongoing research across the Lake House, effective immediately. Research teams will be briefed on how to utilize the effective elements of the nursery rhymes into their own work. Note, Dr. Campbell and his team are being reassigned. They will continue to develop their work on nursery rhymes outside the Lake House. Any exposure risks related to performing confidential work outside the facility's premises have been acknowledged and accepted by the co-heads of research. Work to create a stable link between our reality and that of the redacted continues. Progress is good, with all teams reporting high confidence that a successful connection will soon be possible. Recent efforts in utilizing the paintings produced by Subject P to adjust reality in such a way that achieves our goals were unsuccessful. However, this result allowed us to discard that avenue of research and focus solely on a much more viable one. Our new hypothesis states that the threshold's energies and thus its reality-altering effect are drawn to pieces of art that contain significant level of emotion. This is supported by a clear trend in the data we have gathered over the years. If we can identify the and quantify the emotion of an art piece, our work will speed up considerably. Work has already proceeded with an immediate focus on developing devices capable of measuring the level of emotion in any given art piece. For now, our research will continue to focus solely on the art produced by Subject P, while no pieces of his have yielded successful results outside of their assistance in discovering the redacted. Pages and his proven status as a para-utilitarian makes his work the most suitable research material. Refer to file F2153821 for full report. Ooh, a save. Alan Wake.
A huge thank you to everyone here. The Lake House has made amazing strides in
Sounds just like him, dude. It's so funny.
Cauldron Lake. Great work, team. I wanted to come in person so I could check in on the latest work. I won't get in the way. It's not our view, so no reason to be scared. Do you hear that, Doctors Marmont? While I'm here, I want to focus on the relationship between the shadow and the AWE site on the lake. The theory that the shadow even originates from the dimension this threshold is tapping into is compelling. Eventually, I want to understand how this dimension manages to convert subjective elements like art into objective reality. What are the constraints of this phenomenon? Can it, say, create altered items or even objects of power simply by manifesting them via a piece of art? These are the things we need to know to accurately classify the shadow. I mean, that name is not very scientific. I mean, who came up with that? Shadow. So, any and all proposals are welcome. Anything testing art's effect on reality by using the shadow's energy is preferred. To find answers, we'll first need a lot of data. No wrong answers. And when I return to the oldest house, I'll take back anything we end up with to run against a classified project called Hedron to build a comparative data set. I wish I could tell you more. It's a very, very exciting non-physical forces. In fact, sorry, I really can't. It is. You know what? Maybe some of you can come visit. We'll have to get your clearance, of course, but maybe that can. You know what? I don't want to take the entire day talking, so the shadow represents a whole new area of research, and I couldn't be more excited to start digging in. It is a great new world, people.
Gosh, the writing for this game, everything is just so interesting. Like, there's not a single thing that's, like, boring. I am constantly wanting to learn more of what's going on here. Looks like I moved paintings.
If you can understand me, I am an agent.
Freaky.
This isn't working.
I can't kill it. Holy shit, these things are strong.
What the fuck were those things? Okay, deep breaths.
Can't kill them.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, you never really get used to the shit you see in this job, but you can learn techniques to adjust, to function. Take 6 deep breaths, then get to work. Find the source, collapse the threshold.
I wonder if I'm not gonna be able to kill any of them. Of the painting people, at least.
Please hold. Please hold.
What is that? If you can understand me, I'm an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control. I can assist you if you take no hostile action against me or any action that can be perceived as hostile. Do you understand? Well, I'll be damned. So what kind of entity are you?
This is really weird.
You can speak. That means you probably imprinted on a person or retained some of your former self's information. Previously human, maybe? Okay, I can work with that. I just had an unpleasant encounter with some other painted individuals. Any relation? What does that mean? Okay, hey, calm down. You need to cease all hostility right now. Now.
That was very Silent Hill.
Bad news? That thing is really pissed off. Good news. It didn't try to kill me. Okay, baby steps.
Wonder if it's
Reliving
anything to do with
games
Warland Door.
typically on the Cauldron Lake bingo card. Something different was happening at the lake house, and I couldn't let it escape. Bright Falls didn't need this particular cherry on its already shitty Sunday.
Sublevel 3.
They do, I feel like, have to touch on Warland Door in this DLC, because the last DLC they show like how scary he is in the world of Alan Wake.
Rudolph Lane stood back from the canvas.
Alan Wake.
He didn't recognize the piece. Did he paint this? His mind was foggy, unfocused. He knew the Marmots were putting something in his food. A man in a white coat came to steer Lane back to his cell. He did not resist. He was too tired. He lay on the bed. But
The stench in his cell wouldn't let him sleep. An acid stink. The turpentine. The paint. It was all over him. Years of it. 1,000 paintings. 1,000 more to come. A putrid weight he could never wash away. Cold hate simmered below the mist clogging his thoughts. Hatred for the paint. Hatred for the brushes. For the Marmonts. For himself. Diana and Jules Marmont had once been a team. Rising stars in the Bureau, both talented in their own way. Diana innovated and Jules got funding from the bureaucrats. Cooperation led to respect. Connection. Then after a decade of hard work, the happy couple were promoted. Co-heads of research. Their first years at the lake house were good. Challenging, but not insurmountable. Not for them. Gradually, thoughts fell into their heads like drops of dark water. Why does she get all the credit? Why does he get any credit? With that, a crack formed in the lake house. The Marmonts and their work became arrogant, erratic. The crack widened and the water seeped in.
Yeah, they're studying. Studying Alan, so like his pages. Moving forward, research at the Lake House will be divided into two distinct projects. Project X, 10032 AW, codenamed Arbitus, will focus on studying the writing of Redacted, with Dr. Diana serving as Project 3. So that's Alan Wake, AW Alan Wake. Project C, 43210 RL, codenamed Romnus, will focus on studying Redacted in his work. Dr. Jules Marmont serving as Project Director. Staff will soon be notified regarding their project assignment and any required desk changes. Your patience is requested during this reorganization. This is a confidential facility matter and is not to be discussed with external agents or teams. If you have any questions, please contact me directly. Signed, Harry Kingston. So this is this person, right? What was it? Ryan Lane?
And Jules Marmont had once been a team.
Rudolph Lane. Rudolph Lane and Alan Wake.
September 12, 2023. Notes regarding a page of an Alan Wake manuscript I found in the archives. I checked the records, and this page is not in our inventory. I believe it manifested inside the lake house directly. I won't be filing this page. It'll just send Jules into a panic. The page is written in Wake's usual style, so I can't say for certain if it's being literal or figurative when it calls us monsters. But what's interesting is that the page indicates that a painting succeeded in linking Cauldron Lake's threshold with our facility. Writing has always been the clearly superior avenue of research, but I never considered that the writing itself would dictate a different art form as the catalyst for our success. I cannot accept that. I can't allow Jules to stumble his way into success. Not after the years of work I put into this research. I got word yesterday that 2 writers are visiting Bright Falls. I will beat Jules to the finish line.
2 writers. Who else was a writer? The automated typing device ATD produced writing mimicking that of Alan Wake, known para-utilitarian, with the goal of affecting reality with the same consistency as Mr. Wake's writing. To reach this level of authenticity, each page produced by the ATDs must be evaluated and graded based on its similarity to Wake's original style. Pages will be graded using the following criteria. 1. Comprehensibility. This is the most basic of criteria. The page must use language and develop stories in an understandable, organic way. 2. Style. The page must accurately mimic the typical style of Wake's writing, using pages in the lake house possession as reference. 3. Tone. The page must accurately mimic the typical tone of Wake's writing, using pages in the lake house's possession as reference. 4. Content. The page must accurately mimic the typical content of Wake's writing, using pages in the lake house possession as reference. Once pages are graded, they will be fed into the algorithm as preferred reference material, thus continuously refining the writing produced by the ATDs until they can produce near identical stories to Alan Wake. Once that is achieved, we will provide instructions to the ATD on what to write, effectively gaining control of Wake's ability to link with the Shadow's power. That sounds like a terrible idea. Save first. Oh, whoa.
Let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad.
I thought it was Alan, right?
Controlled here.
That's what I said.
Art was not art, just content for the experiment. There was a crack in the lake house. The marmots had
Okay,
let
it's
the
just
lake
repeating.
in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. Not art.
Born in New York, New York. Currently resides in New York, New York. Married to Tamitha Booker. No known children or dependents. No paracriminal affiliations found. Located in Bright Falls, Washington as of September 10th, 2023.
There was a crack.
Writer and director of 5 stage plays, unsuccessful. Confirmed artist, designation author, playwright. Disclaimer, background investigation performed in a very short amount of time per instruction.
Went bad.
As a result, the information contained in this report is not comprehensive and possibly erroneous.
Just content for the experiment.
Born in Atlanta, Georgia, currently resides in New York, New York. Married to Edward Franklin Booker. No known children. Okay. Author of 3 commercially successful true crime books.
Crack in the lake
First publication was a poetry collection, unsuccessful. Confirmed artist, designation author, poet.
It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here.
On a chair.
Art was not art, just content for the experiment.
Typewriters.
Oh my god.
I think it is. As you know by now, typewriters and Cauldron Lake do not mix. And a room full of them all clacking away? 100% bad news.
What the fuck? Knowing the story of Alan Wake, that is absolutely terrifying. Oh god. Investigation into the precise brand and model of typewriter used by Alan Wake with the intent to use this particular brand for redacted in the ATDs continues to be unsuccessful. Sources contacted with discretion. Wake's publishing house, no useful information. Wake's agent refused to discuss client matters. That's I forgot his name. He was mentioned in the second game but never shown. Wake's spouse refused to discuss. Weird, because she also unalived herself. Redacted result, no useful information. Checked all available online interviews / publications / elements pertaining to Alan Wake. Result, no useful information. Relevant team will continue to explore alternative sources of information. The ATDs will continue to be operated with the available typewriters until Wake's preferred brand is known. Theoretically, replicating Alan Wake's style of writing via the same brand of typewriter used by the authorities should yield optimal results. The project director has indicated that a similar investigation should be launched into the brand and type of ink used in Alan's. Every letter typed is disaster in the making.
My keycard isn't high enough clearance.
I don't know how they thought this was a good idea. It's also weird that Jesse would want to do something like this. At least from where the control ended. Content of Wake manuscript. We have begun to find pages from a manuscript very likely written by Alan Wake, para-utilitarian, and suspect in past cases involving the Cauldron Lake AWE. Though I do not like to bring myself or my biases into my work, I must do so here to address the matter being examined. As reference for any future readers, I am Dr. Diana Marmont, co-head of research at the Lake House facility. The page we recently found summarizes my life with Jules Marmont, husband and co-researcher. It has turned us into characters for its story, making generalizations and assumptions that I must attempt to reevaluate without emotion or prejudice. Oops. The accuracy of the writing is intriguing. It reports our past in the Bureau, but also details inner thoughts that an outside recorder would have no way of knowing. Jules and I have indeed been having more and more interpersonal conflict this past year, which raises many questions. How does Wake, wherever he is writing this from, get his information? Or is the page itself determining these emotions and events? I cannot believe that the scope of Wake's ability goes so far as to have dictated my entire career at the FBC. And if it did, would it matter? Even if a person knew their life was being driven by an external force, would it change their nature, their behavior, their personality? My disagreements with Jules are not sudden shifts in personality, but rather a growing resentment. I firmly believe that, though I have no evidence to prove it, though I have no evidence to prove it, which brings me to a new research query for our team. What methodology can one use to prove that their actions, their mind, their love or animosity are theirs to control?
March 7th, 2018.
Interesting.
Regarding Dr. Emil Hartman, founder of the Cauldron Lake Lodge,
This was DLC for Control.
artists in an attempt to control the power of the Shadow. I've gone through his notes, which were confiscated by the Bureau after his arrest in 2010. Overall, Hartman's work was sloppy. Complete disregard for proper scientific method. But he was bold enough to try something we hadn't. Our procedural writing machines are promising, but we could understand the effects of Cauldron Lake's threshold much better by observing live artists in action. Thanks to Hartman, we even have a list of prospects. Next step is to send Dr. Darling a request to bring some into the lake house for analysis.
Yeah. So connecting with Control. Oh god. I think it's something with Warlendor. Oh. Not a good thing. Oh, shotgun.
No to extra firepower.
Think a shotgun will be able to kill these fuckers?
Back where I started. Spatial recurrence. Usually observes the law of three.
Rudolph Lane stood back from the canvas. He didn't recognize the piece.
Okay, yeah, same notes and everything.
This contrived overlap.
Ooh, 24. It feels so good to be playing it out, something Alan Wake related. Wait.
Doubled and redoubled out of control. The pressure kept building, looking for release.
Is that the same?
Contrived
Yeah, wait.
overlap, rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding, reflecting, and refracting. An urban legend and a murder in constant imbalance. Cause and effect hopelessly tangled. Arranged wrong, the dream logic flawed, the feedback loop doubled and redoubled out of control. The pressure kept building, looking for release.
I see that. Oh, those are not. These look like the characters in that new game coming out. Ow, dude. Shoot! Why did you shoot?
Some staff down there had been corrupted. Shit just kept getting worse.
You said it. That was rough. In a while. I think oh. I thought that was a manuscript page. No. Again?
Loop 3. Should be the last one.
I keep coming back to this page. The author's clearly awake. It's like he's warning us. But about what? I mean, what does it mean? This page scared Jules away from the work on Wake's writing. A coward can't stand risk. But science is risk. For me, this is proof that we are going in the right direction. I just need Rudolph Lane's paintings to lead to more pages so that hopefully one day we can understand.
This sounds like a terrible idea.
I keep coming back to this page.
Respectfully, let's stop that idea and do anything but that idea. Respectfully. I have no health. And I imagine we're gonna have to fight more. Hey, more slots. Wakey poo, don't send more people to kill. This is not the room I started in.
What is that?
Hello? It's like the Black Rock or something, I don't know.
Ugh, locked. Maybe there's another way in.
Hmm.
Controllable shifting phenomena.
I see. I'll be taking you. Feel so defenseless. That don't look too good. I know what I have to do. Put this back over here and then turn the light back on and it will shift the room back and fix that cord. Not my first rodeo, Mr. Wake. Funny. Oh, we're back. Hello, Pookie. You feeling better now?
You again. What happened to you? Did the people here do this to you? You said marmots before. Do they do this? Where are they now?
I'm going to ask about Wake.
Tell me where they are.
Dang it. I meant to ask about Wake.
It's fixated on the marmots.
That's so sad. I misclicked. Well, let's go back and replay the whole thing.
Access denied.
Ugh, this key card isn't gonna cut it.
Well, what do I have to do then? Back up a level?
A threshold is the connection between a foreign reality and our own. Now, they all have their own rules, strange as they are, but the further down I went, the more chaotic this one got. Clearly, this was the Cauldron Lake threshold, but something was wrong. Well, more wrong than usual.
Sublevel.
Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm. Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm.
That? No.
I wonder what happened here.
Jules Marmont looked at the painting. He didn't understand it. Saw only random whirls of color. Drugging Lane made him more compliant, but his work had turned abstract. Jules needed more art his team could parse, could test, trial and error. These abstract explosions of color complicated the data. His grip tightened around the letter opener in his hand. The piece of art he needed was hidden inside Lane. If Jules could simply cut the painter open and pull the painting out of him, he would. The overhead lights flickered. Jules would make Lane cooperate. No more drugs. Less carrot, more stick. Jules had to go faster. He wouldn't lose to Diana. Nothing else mattered.
Rudolph Lane has shown a decline in redacted over the past several months. Initially, this redacted presented as an increase in resistance, frequently declining requests to work. However, given time and pressure, a subject would always relent. Subject's attitude toward art has also undergone a change recently. He is disinterested in his work, quickly becoming frustrated and sometimes even damaging or destroying the piece before it is completed. In the past few months, his work has become much more abstract, no longer showing true-to-life subjects or landscapes, but rather conceptual art that is much harder to define or categorize. Whether the sudden interest in abstraction was a form of rebellion, a consequence of growing redacted, or a source of genuine artistic interest is unknown. As of yesterday, subject refuses to touch his supplies. He claims he will not paint anymore and wishes to leave. The subject's refusal has effectively halted all research while the team can continue to run tests on the backlog of paintings. They estimate that there is little new information to gain. The subject must continue to paint if work is to proceed. However, the team is concerned that convincing the subject with force or coercion may only entrench him further in his position. Action to be taken. Dr. Jules Marmont, co-head of research and project lead, has suggested that a high dose of redacted be introduced to the subject's food to cure his redacted. The subject's attitude does not improve, then low doses of redacted will be introduced in order to improve his.
I can't paint anymore. I know you want me to paint, but I can't. I'm empty.
Rudolph, no. You love to paint. And you are such a talent. This is just the classic artist slump.
No. No, I hate it. It's just taking from me now. When can I leave? You said you'd let me leave.
Rudolph, but you volunteered to come, remember? We are helping you, like Dr. Hartman did.
Oof.
Perhaps you need to see our doctor? I can arrange that.
No. No, that's... I am feeling better. Much better. I will paint.
This is wonderful to hear, Rudolph. I knew you would come back to your old self.
The first piece of content produced by the subject is severely disappointing. It is not remotely similar in content to the Wake pages we provided as reference. Why is it so focused on my marriage? Why is Jules the protagonist? Why is it set in the actual lakeside cabin? And what is happening at the end? What the hell is in the sky? Did anyone brief Booker about the concepts he has to write about? The lake house, the shadow? We need him to watch Wake's style exactly. It's not going to work if he has no clue what he's writing about. We need to get this sorted. We need progress now. And why isn't he taking this seriously? When I spoke to him, he thought I was an actor. I want him to understand how serious we are, whatever it takes. Continue the story from page ID AW002. AW. Watch the tone, style, and content of AW002 as closely as possible. The crack was an emotional one, a line right through their marriage, their foundation, their lake house. These thoughts and more flooded Jules' mind as he stared out through the lakeside cottage's windows. The sun was setting on a stormy day. Rain-heavy clouds hung low, weighed down and with the burden of purpose. Diana sat in her favorite deck chair. Staring out across the lake's rippling surface, he watched the breeze catch her acorn hair. As if sensing his gaze, she turned her head. Jules looked away, flustered, then annoyed with himself for letting her affect him this way. He grabbed the bottle of red wine, poured himself a generous serving, and he kept pouring, his mind distracted by a thought. How did we get here? They had been at a lab running an experiment. Then they were here. Why? He remembered thinking that a break from the lab would give them space to reconnect, to mend the crack. But he couldn't remember ever leaving. Wine was flowing over the rim of his cup, though he didn't even notice. He put down the bottle, scanning the lake. A faint shimmer hung in the air on the far side of the lake, like light hitting glass. Sort of thing you only noticed if you were looking for it. He felt like he had seen something like this before, but where? Jules! Diana's cry snapped Jules back into the present. She was staring up at the sky in panic. A deep shadow crept across the deck. Jules ran to the door to his wife.
Finally, someone who isn't a painting.
Is that the people from the diner?
Hey, hello. Who are you?
Sorry, got a flow going.
It is.
Later?
No, we cannot. I'm Agent Kieran Estevez. I'm with
It's
the
the
government, and I need
people at the
your name.
that saw the murders in the second one at the beginning.
I'm Ed Booker, the playwright. And I'm hitting
What?
my stride here, so can you guys stop with all that banging and screaming? It's throwing me off.
Where do you think you are right now?
In an immersive writing workshop.
These are the people that gave Saga the necklace.
Bad news, it's not a writing workshop. Good news, it's not a writing workshop.
Right. It's a government facility studying the power of creativity. That makes way more sense.
This is interesting.
What are you even doing? What are you writing?
Well, after you all abducted me in the woods, I've been working on this manuscript you gave me because you need it for some experiment or something. I kind of forget the premise. But, you know, I've had this block lately, and filling in the gaps of this story has really loosened me up. Copying the style is a nice constraint, but I still have lots of room to play. It's a solid creative exercise.
They're not as innocent as we think.
Look around you. How is this a workshop?
You have to stay in character. I get that. I'm in the theater business too. And look, the sets, the costumes, all great in that, you know, campy, 70s sci-fi kind of way. But you could dial down the role-playing like 15, 20%. Just some professional advice.
Sir, whether you are aware of it or not, there is a situation here. I need you to stay in your cell.
We know he
and
lives.
resolve the matter, okay?
Got it. Hey, no one's been around with food for a while. I could go for some dinner when you have a second. Oh, and can I get my phone back? I want to call my wife. I don't know how Tammy found you guys, but she killed it. 5 stars all around.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
This is really weird, man. Oh yeah, they're the bookers when you play Saga. Retrieval order. Acquisition team is hereby approved to acquire additional research subjects for the ongoing study related to Project Arbitus at the Lake House facility. Prioritize outcomes as ordered. Both subjects brought to the Lake House for study. Tabitha Booker, her work is more commercially successful, thus more likely to yield results based on proven cases. Edward Booker, less successful than Tabitha, but theater is more widely recognized as art than true crime novels. Observe the subjects at a distance and only move to acquire if the opportunity arises. Under no circumstances can this operation draw the attention of local law enforcement. Signed, Dr. Diana Marmont. Darkness, Water, Marmont's, the Lake House Con. Did anyone explain any of this to him? Interesting. Those are characters I thought they would not bring back. Because, like, what's the point? But clearly, there is a point. I also wonder if it will make replaying the game when you interact with the Miss Saga a little more interesting.
Shaded. Hope that glass is thick. Won't open while the floor's on lockdown.
0% effort today. Okay, fuck you too. Alrighty, well that's what we're gonna call it for the part 1 of Alan Wake 2, the Lake House expansion. I'm loving it so far. I'm happy to be back in this world. It's really exciting to see characters you know from the main game that seem to not be very big in the story, but clearly have bigger connections to what's going on here. I don't know how long this DLC is. I'm not gonna look up how long this DLC is. I don't want to know, like, if I'm approaching the end. The Night Springs DLC was about like 3 hours, I think. So this would probably be, I imagine, close in time. But we'll see. I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to see where the story goes. I'm excited to see if it connects to the base game or if it connects to Control 2 or something that Remedy is cooking up. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Part 2 will be out shortly after Part 1. I'm going to try to bang these out because I'm enjoying this a lot and excited to be back in Bright Springs and or Bright Falls. Sorry, Bright Springs. Be excited to be back in Bright Falls. And excited to keep playing. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like my content, you want to see more, there's plenty of videos up on my YouTube channel And I stream nearly every day, so if you want to come watch live, feel free to swing by. I tend to stream later in the night during October for spooky games, but by the time this goes up, if you're watching a little later after this is posted, a couple hours later, I'll probably be live. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good morning, night, afternoon, wherever, whenever you guys are watching this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.